You're watching a Highwire Media podcast. Now, as we know, the Reacherverse is expanding, but it might be happening sooner than expected. After the success of Reacher Season 3, Amazon is moving full steam ahead with Neagly, a spin-off centered on Maria Sten's Francis Neagly, Jack Reacher's trusted ally from the Prime Video series. And while the show doesn't have an official release date, Lee Child, the creator of the Jack Ryan novels, has suggested that Neagly could premiere as early as the end of 2025. Neagly was announced back in October 2024 and fast-tracked by Amazon, understandably thanks to the success of Reacher. It will see Sten reprising her role as a highly skilled former military investigator and bringing her into the forefront of her own story, having already been a key player in Reacher, often backing up Alan Ritchson's title character. Amazon's official synopsis reads, quote, "When she learns that a beloved friend from her past has been killed in a suspicious accident, she becomes hell-bent on justice. Using everything she's learned from Jack Reacher in her time as a member of the 110th Special Investigators, Neagly puts herself on a dangerous path to uncover a menacing evil." Sten has described the series as a chance to show Neagly's life beyond her connection to Reacher. She's been showing up for him, but also showing the world that yes, there's also a life outside of Reacher. While Neagly does not have dedicated books in the Reacher canon, she appears in 5 of Child's novels, giving showrunners Nick Santora and Nicholas Wooten plenty of material to work with. Fans might not have to wait long for Neagly's first solo adventure. Child recently teased the show's rapid production schedule and an earlier than expected release window, saying, quote, "They start shooting very soon, as a matter of fact, and I think I've seen the screenplays. I think it's going to be excellent, just as good as Reacher, really. So, with a bit of luck, the Reacherverse will dominate the year on Amazon Prime, both ends of it, at the beginning and the end." Filming officially began on February 25th, 2025, with Sten confirming the news via Instagram, while Ritchson has already teased that Reacher himself will also be popping up here and there throughout the series. For now, check out Sten and Ritchson in Reacher Season 3 on Prime Video. And now on to some other news. The Accountant 2 director confirms plans for a trilogy. We're at nearly a decade since The Accountant originally opened in theaters, and with the long-awaited sequel arriving in theaters next month, the movie's director, Gavin O'Connor, has revealed that it won't be stopping at 2, with The Accountant 3 on the horizon. Speaking with Collider, O'Connor confirmed that The Accountant 2 is actually the middle chapter of a carefully planned trilogy, one that's been in the works since the first film's post-production. When asked about whether The Accountant 2 was ever envisioned as part of a larger world or franchise, O'Connor confirmed it, adding that he and screenwriter Bill Dubuque were mapping out a trilogy from the moment they began working together on the first film. O'Connor has also hailed the work Dubuque had put in as a creative partner, stressing that their vision for The Accountant grew naturally out of their evolving collaboration. Quote, "Bill was a great partner in allowing me to start taking it in directions. Once we started working together and we became really good friends, I love Bill. He's just the greatest. We started talking about it, and I said, we should be doing 3 of these. So what's the, excuse me, what's the interstitial movie, which is 2, which is now exactly what we talked about, and we have 3. So what's next for Christian Wolf?" Now that Accountant 2 is set to hit theaters, O'Connor and Dubuque are already setting their sights on completing the trilogy. While details on The Accountant 3 remain under wraps, O'Connor made it clear that the story is already in motion. That means audiences won't have to wait another 8 years for the next installment. Thank goodness, given that The Accountant 2 will explore the rough brotherly love between Ben Affleck's Christian Wolf and John Bernthal's Braxton. It'll be interesting to see where the final chapter takes them. The Accountant 2 is set to open via theatrical release on April 25th, 2025. Stay tuned to the Cinema Gold Show for more updates. Alright, TV and movie fans, let's be honest. Keeping up with your favorite shows, new releases, and live events can feel like a full-time job. You got one app for binge watching, another for live TV, a separate one for sports. Before you know it, you're paying for 5 different services and still missing out on what you actually want to watch. Well, Hulu plus Live TV changes all of that. With Hulu plus Live TV, you get the best of both worlds. Not only do you have access to Hulu's massive streaming library, we're talking thousands of movies, hit TV series, and exclusive originals, you also get over 90 live channels including ESPN, ABC, FX, Fox, NBC, and more. That means live sports, breaking news, and your must-watch reality TV all in one place. Plus, let's talk convenience. No cable box, no contracts, no hidden fees, just instant access to the shows and games you love, whenever and wherever you want. Watch on your TV, laptop, phone, or tablet. It's completely up to you. So if you're tired of the hassle, the high prices, and the constant FOMO when a big game or season finale drops, Hulu plus Live TV is your all-in-one solution. Sign up today, cancel anytime, and start watching the way TV was meant to be on your terms. Get Hulu plus Live TV now and never miss a moment. Use the link in the description and join today. And now we have a new Mandalorian mission launching at Galaxy's Edge on May 22nd, 2026, tying in with the Star Wars next movie. Disney Parks has shared the first look at a new mission in the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge attraction, Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, which aligns with the upcoming The Mandalorian and Grogu and thus ties in directly with Star Wars' next movie. It was announced at 2024's D23, the Ultimate Disney Fan Event, that Grogu and The Mandalorian would be getting their own storyline in the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run attraction, but details about this were few and far between. Now, however, new information has been revealed. Announced at the South by Southwest panel, The Future of World Building at Disney with Screen Rant in attendance, 3 gorgeous pieces of concept art revealed the first good look at the attraction's brand new storyline. This concept includes the return of the beloved Razor Crest ship, the planet Bespin from The Empire Strikes Back, Jawa crawling fortress, and even the remains of one of the Death Star space stations. What's most thrilling, however, is that this new storyline will debut the same day that The Mandalorian and Grogu hits theaters, May 22nd, 2026. This means the brand new mission ties directly into the movie, something that's been confirmed by The Mandalorian and Grogu director and writer Jon Favreau. At the panel, he shared that this storyline doesn't simply retell what happens in a movie. It's more like participating in something that's happening just off camera from what you see in the film. There are several key things to note about this new mission at Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. The most obvious and exciting one is that it is our first good look at the events of the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. The Mandalorian and Grogu could very well be traveling to all the same places in the movie, and the Mandalorian will clearly be getting his beloved Razor Crest back, or at least a newer version of it. It also means that the main character of this attraction, Hondo, could even cross paths with the duo at some point. But details about The Mandalorian and Grogu still limited leading up to its release next year. The concept art is our first good look at what's to come, unless you're one of the lucky few to see the exclusive footage from the movie that was released at last year's D23. If Bespin is shown in the movie as it is here, this will be the first time it's been shown in a live-action Star Wars, ever since The Empire Strikes Back. This could also be the first time we visit the Death Star's remains in space. Overall, this is an absolutely thrilling first look at everything that's to come in The Mandalorian and Grogu. In addition to this concept art, the South by Southwest panel also revealed that BDX droids will be featured in the movie as well, and I have no doubt they will manage to endear themselves to The Mandalorian quite easily. This brand new storyline debuts at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at the Disneyland and Walt Disney World Resorts on May 22nd, 2026, same day that The Mandalorian and Grogu hits theaters. Excuse me. And now on to our next topic. Daredevil Born Again's huge death is a fake out, at least if Marvel follows the comics. And warning, spoilers ahead for Daredevil Born Again. Fans who have seen the first episode of Daredevil Born Again are likely still reeling from the shocking death of Foggy Nelson. However, longtime readers of Marvel's Daredevil comics knows that if the MCU TV series is following the plot of one classic story arc, this tragic twist could all be revealed to be nothing more than a fake out. Foggy famously died in Daredevil Volume 2, number 82, but his demise was not as it initially seemed. As the first issue of Run, the story picked up with Matt Murdock in prison after his superhero identity was revealed to the FBI. When Foggy visited Matt at Rikers, he was brutally stabbed to death by inmates hired to do the job. Fans were led to believe that Foggy was actually dead for the next 6 issues. However, it was eventually revealed to all be a ruse. If it's anything like the comics, rumors of Foggy Nelson's death in Daredevil Born Again could be greatly exaggerated. In another major twist, Foggy was revealed to have survived in Daredevil Volume 2, number 88, titled The Secret Life of Foggy Nelson. The story revealed how Foggy's death was staged as a way to put him in the witness protection program. Later, it was all eventually revealed to be a larger plan enacted by Vanessa Fisk to get revenge on Matt and her husband. She was diagnosed with a terminal illness and blamed the 2 men for her misfortunes. A plotline the new series could potentially parallel. Interestingly enough, Matt himself would help Foggy fake his death once more after his good friend was diagnosed with cancer. Matt had finally come clean and revealed that he was Daredevil to the entire world. He didn't want to see any more misery visit Foggy Nelson. Matt conspired with Hank Pym to shrink Foggy after an attack by the supervillain Leapfrog, thus making it look as if his law partner had been killed in an explosion. After that, Matt helped Foggy relocate to San Francisco and live under the radar to protect his friend from villains looking for revenge. Foggy eventually beat his cancer and was revealed to have survived to the world at large. Much later, when Daredevil abandoned his life as Matt Murdock and joined Elektra to wage war on the Hand, Foggy was killed for real by the evil ninja clan to be resurrected and act as a spy. Daredevil traveled to the afterlife itself to save his friend's soul from control by the Beast, the ancient deity worshipped by the Hand. Daredevil successfully freed Foggy's soul, allowing him to go back to New York and start the Nelson North Legal Services with former Detective Cole North. Given Foggy's comic book history, the filmmakers of Daredevil Born Again certainly could be setting up to a reveal that Foggy isn't dead after all. In fact, Born Again show may have already tipped its hand as to Foggy's true fate with one intriguing Easter egg. A building address seen early in Born Again's first episode contains the number 468, which is the actual issue number of Daredevil number 88. Had it continued with the series' original numbering, the filmmakers may be taking a page from The Secret Life of Foggy Nelson and pull a swerve on the audience. If nothing else, the Born Again title could itself tease Foggy's return. Comic fans certainly weren't happy when Foggy died all the way back in 2006, mirroring how fans of the TV show are reacting now. These original fans may want to tell the others to remain patient, as it took 6 months for the reveal that Foggy's death was staged. Thankfully, Daredevil Born Again fans won't have to wait that long to find out if Foggy is really and truly dead, as the weekly release schedule of a TV is faster than the monthly schedule of mainstream comics. Of course, death in comics has become something of a joke, as pretty much every major character has died and been resurrected at least once throughout their publishing history. That's led many comic fans to become cynical whenever a character is killed off, as they feel it's a cheap way to boost sales while lowering the overall stakes of the stories being told. The filmmakers of Daredevil Born Again could risk this happening by killing Foggy off only to bring him back a few episodes later. But it remains to be revealed if Daredevil's best friend comes back at all. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think Foggy Nelson is dead, or did they fake his death and he's coming back? Let me know. And now on to our next topic. David Arquette is returning to Scream's franchise to play Deputy Dewey Riley, as the franchise continues to bring back its dead characters. Something strange, well, stranger than the usual Ghostface, stabby antics is going on in Woodsboro. Production ramps up on the upcoming Scream 7. The last few weeks have seen both Matthew Lillard's Scott Foley's confirmed to be making a comeback in the slasher saga's 7th installment. Despite both having been pretty clearly killed off when we saw them last, now per Deadline's reporting, we're getting word that David Arquette's fan favorite, Deputy Dewey Riley, is returning to the fray too. The horror franchise continues to bring back its dead. The last time we saw Dear Dewey, husband of Courtney Cox's Gail Weathers, he was being turned into a human pincushion in Scream by newly minted Oscar winner Mikey Madison. How exactly he'll be returning as OG franchise writer Kevin Williamson readies his big move into the director's hot seat remains to be seen. But deadline do state that Arquette, Foley, and Lillard's re-entry into Scream's naughty lore will be done in a surprise way. In fairness, we don't know what other kind of way it could be. There could be to do it, especially given the 50-pound CRT TV dropped on Stu Macher's head at the end of Scream and the bullet Dewey popped in Roman Bridger's bounce in Scream 3. But there's certainly ample room for speculation. Could it be flashbacks, ghosts, or even, as some crackpot theorists have posited, some sort of AI-involved shenanigans to torment Woodsboro survivors? The possibilities are as endless as they are ludicrous. With Arquette's casting announcement, Scream 7's roster of new and legacy stars is looking mightily impressive. At the time of this episode, joining him and the aforementioned series returnees above in Williamson's movie will be Neve Campbell, Mason Gooding, and Jasmine Savoy Brown, alongside previously announced newcomers Isabel May, Celeste O'Connor, Asa German, McKenna Grace, Sam Rechner, Anna Camp, Joel McHale, Mark Consuelos, and Ethan Embry. We'll find out who lives, who dies, and who stays dead and undead when Scream 7 hits cinemas on February 27th, 2026. You're not scared, are you? And that is all the topics we have for this episode. Let me know if there's anything we should have covered that we missed in the comment section below. And of course, if you want to support the channel, you can buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/cinemagold. As always, you can find us on all major podcast platforms, Good Pods, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts from. And of course, catch us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 o'clock Central. And with that, thank you so much for watching and listening. We'll see you next time.